In this video, a leading urologist shares a simple yet powerful water drinking trick. Discover how proper hydration can naturally boost blood flow and improve erections. Hello, I'm Dr. Mohit Khera, board-certified urologist specializing in men's health, infertility, and sexual medicine. I completed my MD, MBA, MPH with advanced training at Baylor College of Medicine and the University of Texas. Over the years, I've had the privilege of publishing research and leading clinical trials on hormone therapy, sexual dysfunction, men's reproductive health, and my passion is helping men live healthier, more confident lives. Gentlemen, let me begin with a simple but powerful truth. More than 70% of the human body is made up of water, and yet the way you drink it could be silently shaping your stamina, your energy, yes, even the strength of your erections. Most men think about testosterone supplements or gym workouts when they talk about sexual health, but they forget one of the most fundamental building blocks of performance, hydration. Now, here's the shocking part. Studies show that even mild dehydration, just losing 1-2% of your body's water, can reduce blood volume, increase fatigue, and restrict circulation. If there's one thing an erection depends on, it is healthy blood flow. Without enough water, the blood thickens, the vessels constrict, the body simply cannot deliver the oxygen and nutrients needed to sustain stamina. Hydration drives blood flow. Hydration drives blood flow, and this is one of the most crucial but underestimated aspects of men's health, especially when it comes to sexual performance. Erection is fundamentally a vascular event, meaning it depends on the efficient movement of blood through the arteries and veins. When a man becomes even mildly dehydrated, the volume of circulating blood in the body decreases. This means the heart has to work harder to pump the same amount of oxygen and nutrients, and the vessels carrying that blood become constricted. Thickened blood and tighter vessels make it significantly harder for circulation to reach these smaller arteries in the penis. Without adequate flow, erections are weaker, slower to develop, and more difficult to maintain. This can happen not just in men with advanced age, but also in younger men who do not pay attention to proper hydration. Dehydration doesn't need to be extreme for these effects to show. Losing just 1-2% of total body water can already impair physical and mental performance. It can cause fatigue, dizziness, and reduced alertness. But for sexual function, the key issue is the reduced efficiency of the cardiovascular system. Erections rely on pressure. Blood fills the chambers of the penis and stays there long enough to create firmness. When circulation is compromised because the blood supply is insufficient or sluggish, the body simply cannot generate the pressure required for a firm erection. This is why staying hydrated throughout the day, not just during moments of thirst, is essential for men who want to protect their stamina and vitality. Water also affects the balance of electrolytes in the bloodstream, which are minerals like sodium and potassium that help muscles contract and relax. Erections are not just about blood. They involve complex coordination between blood vessels and smooth muscle tissue. When hydration is poor, electrolyte imbalance can make these muscles less responsive, further reducing the strength of erections. On top of this, dehydration raises levels of the stress hormone cortisol, which competes with testosterone and reduces sexual desire. All of these changes come together to create a cycle where dehydration lowers performance, which in turn undermines confidence, leading to more stress and even poorer outcomes in intimate situations. For men in their later decades, when circulation and hormone levels are already under natural strain, proper hydration becomes even more important. Water helps thin the blood just enough to keep it moving smoothly, reduces strain on the heart, and ensures that tissues, including those in the reproductive system, receive enough oxygen. By keeping the body well hydrated, men are giving themselves the foundation for better blood flow, better energy, and stronger erections. Sip water strategically. Sip water strategically is far more effective for the body than simply chugging down large amounts in one sitting because of how the human system processes hydration. When someone gulps a liter or two at once, the body cannot absorb all of it efficiently. Instead, much of that water is flushed out through urine, taking essential electrolytes with it. This can actually leave a person feeling more depleted and less balanced than before. On the other hand, sipping water steadily throughout the day trains the body to stay in a constant state of hydration. This gradual intake allows the kidneys and cells to manage fluid balance more effectively, ensuring that the water consumed is truly being used to nourish tissues and support circulation. Impact on stamina and erections is clear because hydration is not just about quenching thirst, it is about maintaining steady blood flow and hormonal balance. Erections depend on vascular pressure, and vascular pressure depends on consistent hydration. When water is consumed in smaller, regular amounts, blood volume stays stable. This keeps the heart working at an efficient rhythm and allows arteries to expand naturally, supporting better circulation to sensitive areas. Also helps the nervous system, which communicates signals of arousal, to function smoothly without the interference of dehydration, induced fatigue, or brain fog. Another important reason to sip throughout the day is energy stability. Gulping large amounts at once can sometimes cause bloating, stomach discomfort, or even a sudden drop in sodium levels, leaving a person feeling heavy and sluggish rather than energized. This undermines stamina not only in everyday tasks, but also during intimate moments. Sipping steadily avoids these spikes and crashes, keeping energy levels balanced and the body light and responsive. For older men in particular, this practice minimizes unnecessary strain on the kidneys and bladder, which can become more sensitive with age. It makes hydration sustainable and comfortable without overwhelming the system. Practical approach is to drink a glass of water upon waking, another before meals, and then sip throughout the day instead of waiting until thirst becomes unbearable. Thirst is already a signal that the body is dehydrated, so staying ahead of it ensures that performance never dips below its potential. For sexual health, this habit means that circulation remains primed whenever arousal is triggered, removes the risk of poor blood flow caused by sudden dehydration, and ensures that energy is consistently available for physical and emotional intimacy. In essence, sipping water is not just about drinking, it is about building a rhythm that supports the body's natural processes and enhances stamina in the most effortless way. 3. Start your day with water. Zane, start your day with water is one of the simplest yet most powerful habits for boosting overall health, energy, and sexual stamina. During sleep, the body goes several hours without fluid intake, and in that time it loses water through breathing, sweating, and natural metabolic processes. By the time morning arrives, many men are already mildly dehydrated without realizing it. This is why waking up with a dry mouth, fatigue, or even a foggy mind is so common. Replenishing the body with a full glass of water first thing in the morning immediately restores fluid balance, reactivates circulation, and primes the system for better performance throughout the day. For men concerned with sexual health, this is particularly important because it directly influences blood flow, hormone regulation, and energy levels needed for stamina. Drinking water before coffee or tea in the morning is essential because caffeine is a diuretic, meaning it causes the body to lose more fluid. If the first thing you consume is coffee, you are pushing yourself into deeper dehydration rather than correcting the deficit from the night. Simple glass of water before caffeine not only offsets this, but also helps digestion, metabolism, and nutrient absorption. Jumpstarts circulation so that blood reaches all organs, including those involved in sexual function. Proper hydration at the beginning of the day keeps the blood less viscous and more capable of flowing into the smaller arteries that are crucial for a strong erection. Morning hydration also sets the tone for hormone balance. Testosterone levels are naturally at their highest in the early hours, but dehydration can blunt this advantage by raising stress hormones such as cortisol. High cortisol competes with testosterone and reduces sexual desire. Starting the day with water helps to lower cortisol and allows testosterone to work at its peak, supporting libido, stamina, and overall vitality. For older men whose testosterone may already be lower due to age, protecting these early morning hormonal surges is vital. Beyond sexual performance, Morning water intake boosts overall energy and mental clarity. Men often report sharper focus and less fatigue during the day when they begin with hydration instead of stimulants. This improved energy translates into better motivation for exercise, healthier metabolism, more confidence, all of which feed back into better stamina in intimate life. It is a small daily discipline with a surprisingly large payoff. By making water the first thing that enters the body each morning, men equip themselves with better circulation, steadier hormones, the readiness to perform both in daily responsibilities and in the most personal moments of life. 4. Support hormones and stamina. Support hormones and stamina through proper hydration is a principle that connects one of the simplest habits with some of the most complex processes in the male body. Hormones, particularly testosterone, play a central role in sexual performance, energy, and overall vitality. Their production is highly sensitive to the body's fluid balance. When hydration is low, stress hormones like cortisol rise, while testosterone production can be suppressed. This imbalance leaves men feeling fatigued, unmotivated, and less responsive sexually. On the other hand, when the body is well hydrated, cells in the testes and other hormone-producing glands can function efficiently, ensuring that testosterone remains active enough to fuel libido, stamina, and strength. Hydration also influences the quality of seminal fluid. Semen is made up largely of water along with proteins, enzymes, and other nutrients. If the body is dehydrated, the volume and quality of seminal fluid may decline, leading to lower fertility and reduced satisfaction during intimacy. For older men, particularly as over 70, where natural hormone production and reproductive function have already slowed, protecting this fluid balance through steady water intake is one of the easiest ways to maintain performance. This doesn't mean guzzling water randomly, but rather keeping hydration consistent so the reproductive system always has what it needs to work at its best. Blood flow is another critical connection between hydration, hormones, and stamina. Erections rely on nitric oxide, signaling molecule that relaxes blood vessels and allows them to expand so that blood can fill erectile tissue. The production and efficiency of nitric oxide are dependent on proper hydration and electrolyte balance. If a man is dehydrated, his vessels cannot expand as effectively, which means even if his hormones are strong, his body may still fail to translate that into physical performance. Hydration keeps the cardiovascular system smooth and responsive, which in turn enhances the impact of testosterone and other sexual hormones. Men who hydrate properly also tend to experience greater overall stamina because water supports energy metabolism at the cellular level. Muscles, including those involved in sexual activity, rely on water to generate energy from nutrients. Without enough water, lactic acid builds up faster, causing fatigue. For an older man who may already struggle with endurance, this can be the difference between feeling weak and having the energy to fully enjoy intimacy. Hormonal health, sexual vitality, and stamina are all deeply tied to how well hydrated the body is. Drinking water the right way allows these systems to reinforce each other, giving men confidence and strength even in later decades of life. Enhance hydration with foods and electrolytes. Enhance hydration with foods and electrolytes is a vital practice because plain water alone is not always enough to keep the body fully balanced. While water restores fluid, the body also needs electrolytes like sodium, potassium, magnesium, and calcium to retain that fluid and use it effectively. Without electrolytes, water can pass quickly through the system without deeply hydrating the cells, leading to frequent urination and loss of essential minerals. This is why strategic hydration involves pairing water with foods or natural additives that help the body hold on to it. For men concerned with stamina and sexual health, this makes a measurable difference in energy levels, circulation, and muscle responsiveness. Fruits and vegetables with high water content, such as cucumbers, oranges, watermelon, are excellent examples. They not only provide hydration, but also supply vitamins, antioxidants, and natural sugars that fuel the body. Watermelon in particular contains citrulline, a compound that helps relax blood vessels and improve circulation, supporting stronger erections. Citrus fruits add vitamin C, which strengthens blood vessel walls and enhances nitric oxide activity, further improving blood flow. By combining hydration with nutrition in this way, men give their bodies a double boost: fluid balance and vascular support, both of which are key to stamina and sexual performance. Electrolytes are equally critical. Small pinch of natural sea salt in water or a squeeze of lemon and can prevent the body from flushing out fluids too quickly. Sodium in proper amounts helps the body absorb water and maintain the right balance between fluids inside and outside the cells. Potassium found in bananas and avocados keeps muscles, including the smooth muscle of blood vessels, functioning properly, which is essential for sustaining erections. Magnesium supports relaxation and energy production, helping men avoid cramps and fatigue during physical or intimate activity. These minerals are often lost through sweat, stress, or excess caffeine and alcohol, so replacing them is just as important as drinking water itself. For men over 70, the role of electrolytes becomes even more important because aging naturally reduces thirst signals, kidney efficiency, and muscle mass. Without careful hydration supported by electrolytes, older men can slip into chronic dehydration more easily, leading to fatigue, dizziness, reduced sexual performance. Simple strategies like eating hydrating foods with every meal, sipping electrolyte, enhanced water during activity, avoiding overly processed drinks that strip the body of balance can transform energy levels. By making hydration a nutritional practice rather than just a fluid one, men can sustain endurance, improve circulation, and keep their bodies ready for both daily activities and intimate moments. 6. Age is not the sole factor in declining stamina, and while aging certainly plays a role in reducing hormone levels, slowing circulation, and lowering muscle mass, lifestyle habits often make the difference between men who remain strong and energetic after 70 and those who feel constantly fatigued. Many men assume that weaker erections or reduced stamina are inevitable results of aging, but in truth, dehydration, poor nutrition, lack of movement, stress contribute far more to these declines than age alone. By addressing hydration as a foundation, men can slow or even reverse many of the changes they attribute to getting older. Water keeps blood volume healthy, supports testosterone balance, maintains smooth circulation, all of which are crucial for stamina and sexual vitality. When the body is hydrated, the heart works more efficiently, delivering oxygen and nutrients to muscles and organs with less strain. This efficiency means energy is preserved, leaving men with more strength for daily tasks and intimate moments. Dehydration, on the other hand, accelerates the natural challenges of aging by thickening the blood, making the heart pump harder, and reducing oxygen supply to tissues. Men who drink water consistently often notice that they feel lighter, more energetic, more mentally alert, which counters the idea that age alone is to blame for their fatigue. Hormones also respond to lifestyle choices. While testosterone naturally declines with age, dehydration and chronic stress can worsen the drop dramatically. Cortisol, the stress hormone, rises when the body is dehydrated, directly competing with testosterone and lowering libido. By staying hydrated and managing stress, men create a more favorable environment for their hormones to work effectively, which supports stamina and sexual performance regardless of age. This demonstrates that many declines in vitality, thought to be just aging, are in fact preventable consequences of neglecting simple habits. Another factor often overlooked is muscle function. Muscles need water and electrolytes to contract and relax efficiently. Without proper hydration, they tire more quickly. For men in their later years, this can mean struggling with both physical activity and the muscular engagement required for intimacy. Those who hydrate properly often find that they can exercise more easily, recover faster, and sustain physical effort longer. In this way, stamina is maintained not just by resisting age, but by giving the body what it requires to function at its best. Aging may be unavoidable, but its effects are magnified or minimized by daily choices. Men who focus on hydration and healthy living can experience vitality, strength, sexual performance that defies the stereotype of inevitable decline after 70.